Simon & Schuster AudioWorks presents Star Trek: The Next Generation.
A little bit of a delay today.
It's always delayed.
It's always delayed. A bit more than usual, it feels like. Tell you what, they could have used a delay on is the BAFTAs. Could have used a TV delay so they could have censored that.
They could edit a bunch of stuff.
Twist,
you know?
they did have a TV delay, but they still didn't censor it.
I don't know.
Which is interesting.
It's insane. I don't even know what to fucking say about that entire situation because it's so just poisonous.
It's a difficult conversation, isn't it?
It is, and I don't know. Like that's why I'm not in a position of a showrunner. I feel like I guess I am when I think about it. I am editing this podcast.
I don't know. Are you the showrunner or am I the showrunner?
I guess I'm a producer if I edit the podcast, but I did to ask you if I'm going like, oh, is this okay? And I'll send you like a test clip of something. If it's
that
like,
makes me the showrunner then, yeah.
That's true, yeah.
That makes me the director. You're showing me the work. Like, is this okay, boss? I
come up with a thing and then I show it to you and he's like, are you okay with this? And it's like, yeah, there you go. Stamp of approval, I guess. Mm-hmm. I could just put it. I could just not ask you.
I think we're co-showrunners. You couldn't ask me. To be honest, I'd be fine if you didn't ask me. Like, if you just pushed, as long as like there wasn't anything disparaging to me in there, I'd be fine with whatever you do. To be honest, I'm not too bothered. Have fun with it.
Well, he's pushing the responsibility onto me because now, if there was anything that happened in the whatever hundreds of episodes we did, then it would have been on you, and now it's on me.
What's interesting to me about the Tourette's stuff is that it feels very mid-2000s of a controversy. You know what I mean?
No, not really.
The whole BAFTA thing? I just feel I was under the impression that it was sort of like in the mid-aughts when the Tourette's stuff like really came into public view and people had to address it and think about it. That I thought we could all kind of like accepted, all right, well, I guess, you know, you just got to accept that happens sometimes. So I feel like I've gone back in time almost, seeing Tourette's be controversial again. You know what I mean?
I can't think of was there a famous kind of incident back in the day?
I feel like it's not so much it was a famous incident. I just feel like Tourette's had a moment in the aughts mostly, when it was starting to be like properly diagnosed and understood. That culturally people kind of processed it, and not to say that it couldn't come up again. My phone buzzed, but I feel like I'm being taken back in time by it being in the news again. You know, it's interesting.
I have not been taken back anywhere because I literally don't remember an instance of it being controversial at any point in my life.
Just it like being like a conversation.
Even a conversation. Like even a conversation.
You don't remember it being a conversation in the middle?
No.
I do.
I like completely and utterly like blank on it. Like I thought this was like I don't know. It's just like, is it really? I didn't even realize because like even this movie, right? What was it called?
I Swear.
I Swear.
I haven't seen it.
That's
saw a lot of trailers for it.
Something
that
like
much.
That. Like I don't know when.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like it was like starting to build up as they become to understand it more in the 90s, and then people started to go like, "Oh, that's a thing," you know? In the 2000s, that was when it really like culturally people became aware of it and started to go like, that doesn't sound real. What do you mean? And then they understood like, okay, it's involuntary. I see. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. It's just like I have no kind of memory that I
Like
can
like
flash
South
into.
Park, like South Park. Remember?
I didn't watch South Park back in the day.
There's an episode where Cartman pretends to have Tourette's, so he
Oh.
can say horrible stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then he ends up inadvertently giving himself an actual like tick.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that started the conversation or it was just a part of it, but either way, I feel like it. I don't know. I just had this vibe in my mind that Tourette syndrome had been processed, culturally, and we understood it.
I guess I don't know. I feel like
But a lot of the comments that people are making about this BAFTAs incident, is it takes me back because I thought we were educated on Tourette's now.
I
thought
feel
we knew,
like
but I
in
guess it's just me.
general,
some other
culturally, we kind of reprocess stuff constantly.
Yeah, that's
right.
true,
Because
that's
especially with the
true.
the environment of the internet, all these things kind of change the context in a way. People
All the
have to
ghosts and stuff.
What, all the ghosts?
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess
and they're using it to make us immortal.
The Tourette's. They use the Tourette's to make us more.
Oh,
no,
the
you mean-
computers.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I forgot that there are ghosts in the machine now. I forgot
Yes,
about that.
there are ghosts in there because there's no more room in the afterlife.
Yeah, that's true.
They have to make
yeah.
us immortal so we can't get over there.
Yeah. They're just lonely, if you think about it.
Those who know may know what movie we'll be talking about later this episode. It's called Foreshadowing.
It's a literary device.
It is a literary device.
But yeah,
And we
I don't know.
utilize
It is weird in terms of just like production, like running a production. Nowadays it feels like a lot of stuff in general just kind of. There's a little, I guess, unless someone is acting maliciously, if this was a mistake, it does feel like there should be more layers of like looking at stuff before things get, especially if you're a company like BBC, you're not like a guy.
Oh, that was
like,
interesting because there was a tape delay, but they still chose not to censor it, which is interesting.
I guess
They coulda, but they didn't.
Yeah,
I wonder what they mean by that.
Clicks.
But I
maybe.
think it's interesting. I think I feel sorry for people with Tourette's who have to go through this,
Yeah.
because a lot of the sentiment is you should be apologizing, right? But it's like the implication there is that it's they've always got to apologize. That's not a good life.
Yeah.
You
It
gotta
is
apologize constantly just for an involuntary thing. It's hard.
Yeah, it is
Tough life.
rough because I feel like we already are hiding people with that might have things that they do or things that don't fit the kind of standard, and there's could be a real reason for it, and we hide them away, in shame in a way. And I feel like we kind of try to get over that in a way in a society is like not pushing these people away, but then it's like that kind of irony of like acceptance, but like I have this condition, but then the condition makes me do something, and suddenly people are like annoyed about it in a way, and it's like it's easy to say these things that like acceptance is real and stuff, but then society kind of pushes back on it in a way. But it's still
Like Joker.
not like exactly like
Remember
Joker.
how he had the laugh and he had to give
He
people
did.
stupid,
He did.
and that movie sucks.
You're right.
We're important thinkers
Joker-
on this podcast.
Yes, Joker is the most.
We have the big conversations.
You think the things happening now are bad?
Hello?
We watched the Joker. All right.
Hello,
No.
am I back?
Yeah, back.
I cut out. I heard you say Joker, and then I heard nothing for like 10 seconds.
Well,
That's probably fine. That's one for the audience.
Yeah, it was the delay kicked in. I think
As the
someone
tape delay
edited
censored you from me.
delay kicked in. Whoever edits the podcast on top of me, live edits the podcast now that we were. That's insane.
We're bold thinkers and we're brazen conversationalists here on Dead Ensigns. The number one tough topic podcast.
Yeah, number one.
In the news. This is Max.
Yeah, Ben stands with all his ideas. I stand behind none of my ideas. That's the dynamic that we have on the show.
Yeah,
it's me, Max. I have no principles whatsoever.
You're saying it's a talk show in which I'll say something and you'll agree with it no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I have no principles. You know,
that's very bold.
Yeah, and that's the way.
And we love boldness here.
Exactly. You know.
Not
you
have
to have the opposites,
hair,
you know. You have to have opposites, you know, on your
you do.
For interesting
they
things.
attract, don't they?
Yeah.
They attract like magnetism, animal magnetism.
Magnetism, yeah, that's another thing. Yes, more foreshadowing.
More foreshadowing.
More foreshadowing.
More foreshadowing of the weighty topics we'll be covering shortly. Anything else in the news we got to talk about?
News. When is the news happening?
When is the news happening?
Back news.
Back rooms. Trailer came out 3.5 hours ago for us.
Wow. We're on it.
You're listening to this 2 days later, but guess what? It's breaking for us, which means it's breaking news regardless of when you hear it.
The perception of time is from our perception, not yours. Sorry about that.
What do you think of Backrooms trailer, Max?
The Backrooms trailer?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I
hope.
I don't know.
It looks okay.
It was a very video gamey trailer.
It looked like when I was looking, I was like burped into the mic.
Okay, I didn't hear it on my end, but I'm sure that'll be.
I don't even know I did that. I tried to block it. I had to put, but you know, it didn't work out. Sounded like a frog, like a bullfrog. Anyway, the Backrooms trailer. When I was because like the YouTube series, you know, they use like Blender, you know, they put a bunch of filters over it, you know, to give it that old kind of tape look, digital look from, you know, kind of early 2000s, maybe something like that, you know, Blair Witch.
Blorwich. Sounds like a place in the UK, doesn't it?
Blorwich does sound. That's the UK version, yeah. Which from Blorwich. But yeah, and they put a bunch of filters over the footage, kind of to hide that digital look, right?
Yeah, and that's all you need to do these days is just make an environment in Blender and then slap a load of like noise on top.
Yeah, noise.
And then people will squint and be like, I guess it kind of looks like it's probably filmed.
Scan lines, you know, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. It's I don't think this
scan
trailer...
lines, film grain, VHS noise, fucking CRT, fucking
add add the like cigarette burn onto it, you know, because they just put everything on there.
Put it in the Super 8 format, you know, put the big square on the side, IMAX letterboxing.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And it's like, when was this made? What was it captured on? You know, this mysterious device. But I don't think I've seen any of this on this trailer. Like, I don't think they had any of those kind of slathering of filtering onto it.
Well, they don't have to now because it's an actual movie.
Is it though? Because it looked very digital to me, like this trailer.
Yeah, probably a mix of the two.
Yeah.
See, if it were, I feel like they don't need to because they just need to make like a modular set, like it's fucking Cube or something. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then film in there, and you're golden.
Just have the Jerry Maguire music video from Virtual Insanity, where they move around with a crane as they walk around, you know? Or
that would be
like
sick. That would be sick. The issue, it has to be digital nowadays because these kinds of things, you can't. They're fucking designing it as they go, you know?
Yeah, true.
So they need it to be digital so they can alter it on the fly if something doesn't test well.
Yeah.
But it'll probably be a mix, I imagine. It'll be a mix. They'll have like a set, and then they'll do the stretching on into infinity digitally and stuff.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, they'll just have like
I imagine
they'll have a map painting like in Star Trek where they would put like a corridor and they would just draw a.
Well, they're really
like,
bad
corridor.
Star Trek ones.
Yeah, with like because it's all high digital, they upscaled it and whatever now. Not upscale, but like renewed the footage, and it's just, you can clearly see it's just a picture. Yeah, that's what they'll do with this. But I don't know what to expect of this, because I like I said before, I think it's like, how do you stretch like 10-minute movies or like episodes into a story that you have to sit in the theater for an hour and 30 minutes,
I mean, they've got a plot. They've got a plot about a psychiatrist looking for a patient or something. So
yeah, okay.
There is a narrative to it. It's not just going to be a collection of shorts, basically.
Yeah, no.
But
it's just like, I'm thinking of like, because in the shorts there was like, there's this corporation and they're moving into the back rooms and they're using the space. Yeah, like there's all that stuff. Like that's the reason why they are sending like the guys in the suits into the back rooms, It's I think it's supposed to be a corporation that like kind of owns the back rooms in a way, or like contracts to explore the back rooms. So they have like a literal doorway into the back rooms in the show, in the shorts. And you can fall into the back rooms, like, the thing is like, you will find yourself in a space between spaces by accident, but there is this other aspect of it, of like active exploration, right? Because like, how could you, or whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's there is all that stuff. That's what I'm saying. Is like, and that was the plot in the shorts, right? Where it's like this other, isn't just a guy running around. The guy running around was scientists or whatever sent into the thing to explore the backrooms. And in here it will be like, will the psychiatrist be using the corporation to do that? Will he also fall into like?
If I had to guess, they've probably stripped down a lot of that stuff, because you describing it made me less interested in whatever this could end up being.
Okay,
like, because I did the idea of it being like a corporation that has access and they're trying to utilize the back rooms is way less interesting than anything it could be. I think. I don't know. I feel like it could. I feel like it could be a disaster.
Oh, I thought you were.
In terms of audience reception.
Yeah, when you said disaster, I thought a disaster movie. Like that, I don't know why. I just immediately jumped at that.
Like the whole world got sucked into the backrooms?
Yeah, the whole world is getting turned into the backrooms because it got released from the backrooms.
That would be interesting. Anyway, I worry about it a bit, because I feel like we were talking about it before we started recording, but I feel like it could have a Skinamarink type situation where people who are already into the horror aspect of the backrooms, the sort of liminal space stuff, are gonna talk about how well done it is and stuff, and be like, this was really scary. But I think that's very niche horror, and people who just want to watch, because horror fans are their own beast entirely when it comes to film people, Yeah. They don't care about other films, they just care about horror. So I feel like they're gonna watch it, and I feel like, and the general audience too, are gonna watch it off of this understanding that it's supposed to be really scary, similar to Skinamarink, and go, this is stupid. This is not scary. It's just like weird rooms,
Yeah.
I worry it'll have that reception. I don't know if that'll hurt it or not. It'll probably still be pretty well received and well made, and maybe make some good money. But it's we're talking about a 19 at the time of making it, now 20-year-old director. Which is a big deal.
it's a big deal. And it's
A24 to just go, hey, you want to make a fucking movie based on your... Sorry, I knocked something there. You want to make a movie based on your Blender YouTube shorts? That's like... That's some fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory ass bullshit, man.
Yeah, well, you know.
So who knows? I'm watching it carefully.
And, you know, Charlie nearly dies multiple times throughout the journey through the Chocolate Factory.
No,
so
I think he only nearly dies the one time.
Yeah, I guess he's for the fan, and it's
With
also
the
because
fan.
it's also because of his granddad. Like that's right, because he goes
His
like,
granddad
let's
did
drink,
fuck him over, yeah.
let's drink the soda or whatever.
The
And he's
fizzy
like,
lifting drink.
and then he goes like, I'm gonna fly into the fan. On
He
the
got peer
ceiling."
pressured. He did get peer pressured.
Yeah, by his stupid. That's why you should never listen to old people, everybody.
Yep.
Um,
We're currently facing that problem here in this country, as the generation is split between green and reform.
I don't know. But
Don't
you
listen
know,
to them.
well, I don't think we have a choice, unfortunately.
true.
Anyway, the analog horror, it's got like a specific audience, like because that's kind of is the background
Yeah.
analog horror. I
yeah.
guess it
Yeah, I would
is,
say so.
right? Because it's got like that old media aesthetic to it on top of that.
I mean, it's video games. You know, it's video game horror. It's taking the concepts that exist within a video game mechanically in its construction and applying it to the real world, right? It's like
yeah,
in video games you could access like a scary liminal space version of a level in which stuff is kind of screwed up and it's scary.
everything
and then you
things are
apply that.
missing.
The idea of the
textures.
back rooms is that you apply that to the real world instead, where you have this like, what if the real world had like a test room, you know, and you could
Yeah.
accidentally fall into it,
You know,
and there
you
were
got
scary monsters.
Then there were scary monsters,
There were
and there were
scary monsters
floors,
there
and all
too.
the different floors with different
Yeah.
things on it.
The
but
blue room with the blue creature.
Oh, anything but that. But you had the
I think
aesthetics
that's
of like
another-
Gmod or things like that, were like these wide spaces
Yeah.
with flat textures and similar looking to real things, but not really.
I
at the
mean, you
same
think
time.
about the areas in the basic Gmod map, you know, there are like
Yeah.
those scary little corridors and stuff you can go into that are all dark.
They are little
That's
hidden
the back
areas.
rooms. And
Yeah,
I that's another point of worry, is that like when it comes to these other internet horror things that have like pushed into the mainstream a bit more, you know,
Yeah,
something like Slender Man, or even like to go into video games as well, like Five Nights at Freddy's. The base concept of it is still something that I think the general audience can understand the horror of, you know?
Yeah.
Like a Slender Man is, it's like a big, tall, scary guy in the woods, and he chases you. Okay, I get that. The Five Nights at Freddy's is like, so it's Chuck E. Cheese, but scary, right? I
Yeah.
can understand the idea of like the big, scary robots.
and the animatronics
But then
hurt
the
you.
back
like,
rooms
they
is
hurt
like,
you.
it's like a world that is kind of not our
Weird.
world, and
Yeah.
it's empty, and it's like, okay. I feel
Yeah.
like people are going to look at it and go, I don't really get the scariness of it.
That's why you get like you said, we get a big.
That's why you need monsters in there. That's why you need to have like a big scary fucking bye-bye man thing to
Yeah.
chase you around in there.
wander around, and you can point your camera and go like, what's that?
I think I saw something move.
And then it screams. It goes.
And then no, you hold it for like 7 seconds. The camera's shaking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold, scan lines. You know, constant little
Yeah.
camera whine. And
Yeah.
then it just like leans its head around the corner. And you go,
Yeah.
and then they start running. They start
And then-
sprinting away.
Yeah, and it cuts, and then it's and not cuts. It's just the guy running for like a minute and a half of going like.
And I'll be
corridors.
honest, I find the atmospheric, like I love Skinamarink, and I feel like if this movie follows a similar sort of atmospheric horror with in a strange, non-Euclidean fucking liminal space, I would find that interesting personally. But like, I can recognize that there's a lot of stuff in David Lynch movies that frighten me, you know.
Yeah.
In Mulholland Drive and Inland Empire and even like Twin Peaks: The Return and stuff. Some that like things that like do really get in and shake me, you know, and make me feel confused and frightened. And then in a couple of the films that we'll talk about later as well, you know, some really great horror imagery. But there's a lot of people that just don't gel with that, because horror is very experiential, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's very much about it's very, very subjective in what people find scary and what they think is scary. And for a lot of people, a scary thing is just something that's going to kill you ultimately.
Yeah, that's the most literal, primal kind of way to address that. You know, is to just make something that's dangerous and therefore
you get to
scary.
the end of Mulholland Drive when the fucking tiny inch-high fucking old people who are giggling climb under the door and start attacking Naomi Watts. Most people will watch that and go like, what? Huh?
Yeah.
But me, I'm like, sometimes I lay in bed and I think about those old people and I go, fuck, man, that's scary to me. I hate those fucking freaky little giggling old people that fucking chase and attack Naomi Watts and then she shoots herself. What a good movie. Or like The Face, and you know, did you ever watch Inland Empire? I can't remember if you've seen Inland Empire.
Didn't you? I think we did it
feel
as
like I did, yeah.
as Sunday night kino.
No, I don't know if I ever did Mulholland Drive, but I don't. Maybe I did.
Did we did Inland?
You remember there's that bit with the fucking evil wizard guys? Wait, I feel like we did, because it's got.
Did we?
I don't know. Either way, I think you've seen it. Either way, do you remember the fucking weird little like freaky wizard guy that there's that one scene where he's like in front of Laura Dern, he's going like, he's like casting a spell. He's wiggling his fingers at her and stuff. It's also good in this movie. What a good movie.
Wow.
Rest in peace, Mr. Lynch. But yeah, Backrooms. We'll see.
He lives as a spirit in the machine now, like we said.
No, he definitely secured a place in the afterlife before dying. He
was
probably heading there in his mind nightly.
Maybe. It's sometimes hard to accept things. But anyway,
I'm accepting that he's dead. I know he's dead. He died very sadly.
Yeah. I know. But anyway, Backrooms. I guess, like, I first have to watch Iron Lung, honestly, probably just to see.
Yeah, I never got around to Iron Lung. Iron Lung was interesting. It's very divisive, it seemed.
I just need to watch it, because, like, that's the thing. It's like I'm curious of the quality, you know, of like the sets and like the special effects, because I feel like you know, it can be a little bit iffy when it comes to, like, you know, maybe newer creatives that aren't like don't have the budget for like, or you know, the studios, and they don't know the ins and outs of like how to move around in those spaces to secure these like props of high quality, and like how to shoot them for them to look good, you know, because like I think that's sometimes important.
Maybe the Backrooms kid has his own little like Tyrion Lannister real director, you know. And he's like the boy Prince Joffrey who's like, I'm directing a movie, yippee. But then there's like a Tyrion Lannister type guy who's like actually handling it.
I did think a little bit that maybe that could be the case where
I don't understand how you go from solo Blender Productions and then go like, all right, here's your crew. You know, his cameramen who are like fucking 37 and been working in the industry for like 15 years. Tell them what to do.
Well, yeah, it's like, is this hard. Like A24 kind of like using it as a marketing ploy to?
I think
like,
that's a part of it. I'm not gonna lie. I do believe that's a part of it. Not to diminish his. I'm sure he's done great work on this movie. Well, we'll have to wait and see. I guess. But I just don't. I can't see it being.
I hope that he has as much creative control and like ability as he wants to, and it's good in the end. Basically, that's where I wish him.
Hopefully, it's good in the end.
And it isn't like a thing where like a big production studio takes these young creatives and then uses them as puppets, you know, and to sell things. You know, it's good to money's probably good in that, but hopefully they can express themselves in this process. You know. And not just be hollowed out, you know?
Yeah, churned out, used for the marketing, and then the movie's poorly received, and people are like,
Yeah, and
never give that kid money again.
Yeah, literally, like literally
That would
chewed
be
up
unfortunate.
and thrown away, you know. And then they also say ban him off of YouTube, and he's like, no, fuck.
And
Like,
too good for YouTube, huh,
Yeah.
Mister Big Shot Hollywood movie maker? How about you
Yeah.
get banned, huh?
Or they
You
actually
think you're
go
too good for
like,
us?
we own this property now, so you can't never create anything in this property ever again. And you're like,
YouTube
well,
owns
fuck,
Backrooms,
fuck.
and we're gonna make some AI shorts out of it.
Yeah, would be pretty easy, I
fuck
would
you.
imagine. Anyway.
Kiyoshi Kurosawa is a much older director than the boy who is directing the Backrooms.
Yeah, a boy genius.
The boy genius, the
Yeah,
baby genius,
the baby genius.
the baby genius behind the Backrooms.
Yeah.
So a few weeks ago, I watched Cloud with my brothers while I was on vacation. It's currently nominated as one of the for best international feature for this year's Oscars. After finishing it, I said to you, I think you should check it out. It's on Shudder. I know you had Shudder. So I was like, you should check out Cloud. I think you'd like it. It'd be fun to talk about. And then you did watch Cloud, and then you also watched two other Kurosawa films, Cure and Pulse, and you actually watched a third that you didn't tell me about.
Yeah. Charisma.
And I caught up with you. So we've watched Cure, 1997, Pulse, 2001, and ultimately Cloud as well.
God, which is 2024, I think, right?
Last year.
On IMDb it says 2024, so that's why.
Yeah, but it's not. It's it's nominated for this year's Academy Awards, so you can't trust everything you read online, buddy. All right, okay,
Sure.
all right, pal. No, it's one of those things where it's. Well, I mean, it's an international feature, so I think it's like 2024, and then it comes out in the West in 2025, and then they go, well, that's a 2025 movie. And all the while, you have that whole thing of like, well, technically, it's a 2024 film even earlier because it actually premiered at a film festival and nobody got to see it.
Yeah.
For film critics. But either way, we watched all three. What a great director! I was not aware of Kiyoshi Kurosawa before, and now, wonderful creator.
Very distinct style to these movies in terms of just like the weirdness and kind of the pacing of these stories, because I think like they're all kind of quite slow burns, you know, with the
Very
unraveling of the very atmospheric. Like some of the imagery in this movie did kind of like I don't know. Every single one of these movies kind of had like this image that just is stuck from them in my head, you know.
No, definitely.
But you know, like,
And it's all a very grounded. They're all very grounded feeling. None of them, not to say they're not beautiful, but they're beautiful in very down to earth ways. You know.
Yeah.
The locations that he chooses to shoot and the way they are shot, bring about like they're very mundane, but they're given a presence and an atmosphere that feels gripping and ominous. You know.
yeah, of course, empty in a way also.
Yeah,
just the
I
vastness
think I mentioned
of them.
it a second ago, but it's like especially in Pulse, I think there's a liminal sense to some of them, right?
Oh,
there's a
really?
lot of areas that are just like
Liminal, you would say.
liminal.
Interesting.
Yes. Not so much Cure, I think, but Pulse. I think had a lot because it has the whole.
The theme of isolation is also.
It is.
a big thing.
I mean, all three have films deal with isolation, heavily. I think that's
Loneliness.
why. I mean, he's made lots of films, but I think that's why these three are coupled together because they all share a commonly explored theme. It seems like amongst his stuff, which is loneliness and isolation. the isolation that comes from tech as well. A lot of technology, mostly in Pulse and cloud.
Yeah. I guess at the early 2000s, especially with Pulse, this is 2001. The kind of portrayal of the technology also is kind of interesting, just seeing how clunky technology was back in the day, and the kind of you really wanted to be on the internet back then. You know, it wasn't as slick of an experience as it is now. Of trying to get onto the internet, it was a lot more dealing with ISPs. If you're even able to get onto the internet, you know, the bandwidth limits, and
you had to dial up. No using the phone if you were on the internet. You know,
the different types of just software to use to interact with the watch that might be incompatible, because there was just a lot more randomness around that time too. Like now everybody uses Chrome or whatever. Now everybody uses Google. It wasn't really the case back then. Everybody
I remember hearing that the real popularization and turning point for the internet as its use for the general public was like the early 2010s, right? It's like 2011 to 2013 was the big major boom when when everybody was getting onto social media. You had the huge rise of smartphones, completely shutting out I guess dumb phones or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. And all
phones unable to connect to the internet, and everybody is online now as of like early 2010s. You know,
the idea also that you know, there was just what do you do on the internet? Like you had to have a reason to go onto the internet in a way. Like back then, like it was a lot less spontaneous, you know, in a way.
But I think it's interesting because it echoes, because there's the bit in Pulse when the guy, the economics student, gets asked like, why are you trying to get on the internet? And he's like, I don't know. Everybody else is getting on it though. And I think that's a similar reason why there was a boom in the late 2000s, early 2010s, is because it was like where everybody else has Facebook, right? Everybody else has Twitter. So I should be getting a Twitter. I should be getting Facebook.
Yeah.
And so it echoes despite that, you know, like you needed a reason to go on before, but I think the predominant reason, and especially the reason that Pulse explores, is loneliness, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
everybody else is getting on the internet and I'm going to get left behind, so I need to be connecting with people on the internet. But then like the movie shows, is that ultimately there's no connection to be made on the internet still, you know, because everybody is still afraid of death. Everybody's still afraid to die. People are afraid to connect to each other. But I guess we'll go through, let's go through the films a bit more individually.
We'll in order, I guess the earliest to
Cure. Max, what did you think of Cure?
It's an interesting kind of cop story. Like, I feel like the real kind of I feel like the main character really doesn't do anything in a way, you know, like he really does. What, Ben?
Hello. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me?
What? Yeah, I can hear you.
No, I thought you, because I stopped hearing like even the back, like, you know, and I thought it was like, anyway, you know, I feel like the overall kind of investigation, you know, that happens in this story is like an utter failure, basically, for the main character, you know, in a way. Like
definitely.
The biggest kind of aspect probably of it is that the crimes get committed indirectly, right? As not by the murderer, right? It's the people that he influences that then go to commit the crime, you know? And just kind of like this inability to kind of deal with that, you know, like the hopelessness of that, you know. They don't get any evidence, and when they get the guy, they can't even act on that because they're like, how do we prosecute him now, you know, because it's not him doing it. And then of course there's like unraveling of like what the fuck is even happening, you know, like
it's a very heavy film.
Yeah,
it still has a lot of that isolation. You know.
Yeah.
The villain, the antagonist, I guess you could say, Mamiya. That's it.
Yeah.
He is inciting people to violence, mesmerizing them, as the movie kind of goes into detail. But it seems like he has driven himself to that point as he's isolated himself and disconnected himself from humanity, right? And is beckoning people, mesmerizing people into his state of mind as well, you know, into this disaffected, disconnected lifestyle of isolation where he doesn't know who he is or where he is or what he's doing, but he has this like compulsion, this purpose. He says like he's empty, right? His insides are on the outside.
He is on the outside,
And because of that, he can see inside other people. I personally loved this movie. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was grim. It was gripping. Again, the atmosphere was just wonderful. I liked the main character quite a bit. And I thought, I mean, you can kind of you know where it's going, and the movie begins sort of telling you how it's going to end, right? Because you have his wife who is being treated for some form of schizophrenia or something. Some reading
condition.
Bluebeard, and she stops reading it, and she explains to the doctor that she already knows how it's going to end. His daughter kills him. And as it goes on, you kind of get this understanding from the get-go that the main character is already hypnotized, right? He's already on this path by Mamiya to kill his wife. As he kind of beckons other people to unburden themselves of their inhibitions and like just kill somebody they don't like, kill somebody they don't want around anymore.
Yeah, it's
like the police officer and the husband and the doctor, you know.
Yeah, he uses the kind of inherent evilness of us, you know, that we kind of hide behind our kind of, you know, the social kind of our face, you know, that we put up in everyday society, and the kind of politeness, you know, the facade that we have, and makes you act on it, right? Makes you gets rid of your inhibitions and act on the violence that you have within you. You know, like what is it like? You know, like the husband, he kind of has like this resentment to his wife at the beginning, I think, in a way. That's why he murders her. You know, he got the doctor that she resents men, I guess, in general, was like
for putting her down.
Putting her down, and
was unable to be a doctor. The police officer resents the other police officer that works in his booth, seemingly just for being
annoying,
kind of not even like a stickler,
like,
I guess.
Something.
Because there's a bit where Mami asks
he doesn't
if he can smoke in there,
Yeah.
but he does smoke, and he's like, you can't smoke in here. So I think the implication is that he's just kind of like just telling him like if he's not allowed to do stuff that's kind of against the rules. But he wants to. He's like, I don't like him, and then Mia convinces him, well, you should fucking kill him then, right? But there's a lot of great imagery. A lot of stuff that sticked with me. I love the scene when the main character goes to the psychiatrist that he's working on the case with. He goes to his apartment. He shows him this tape from the late 19th century. You know, of somebody being mesmerized, being hypnotized, and they make this X shape with their hand, and then you have that weird hypnotism dream sequence of the psychiatrist, and then I really like the shot where he turns on the light in his room and there's that giant X on his own wall again. And he's like, what's that? And he's like, oh, I just did that. I thought it'd help me. You know?
It would help me,
Because it's like you can't trust anybody in this film. As soon as they've had contact with Mamiya, they've like in the background become like they allude to it like that animal magnetism, you know. They're already enthralled by him because he draws people in immediately. There's a lot of good stuff. I really liked the sequence. I just wanted to say quick, the other sequence I really liked was after he goes to Mamiya's apartment for the first time, his like abandoned apartment, and he sees all these monkeys in cages, and there's the like mummified corpse of the monkey like strapped to the shower,
Yeah.
filled with like a brackish liquid. And then when he's sitting in his car and he's getting flashes of this imagery, the monkey and him exploring this flat. And then he goes back to his own home and he sees his wife hanging in the kitchen. And it's like immediately I felt stressed, I felt tense. He breaks down and he starts crying, and I love the cut to the reverse shot of him from behind looking into it, and she's just there like juicing stuff,
Yeah.
It makes you feel crazy, the movie. It's
It does make
it's
you
really
feel,
well done.
It influences your perception gets completely, like, you can't believe anything that you see at a certain point in the movie. It just completely, you can't, but like you said, you can't literally believe anybody at this particular time. And you've got the, it's like, even like it, like kind of even like I had a feeling that like he kind of behaves like a virus, like he behaves like a disease, spreading throughout the society, through physical contact, even.
Definitely.
Like, and the ending of the movie also is it's very subtle. I love how subtle it is, how it like lingers on that, like you see the kind of weird behavior, and then you got the one of the characters picks up a knife and they walk away, and you're like, oof, none of this is finished. They thought he thought it was finished because he ended him, and but there was something got started here that's not going to end well,
It's a sickness within the society.
It was already kind of unleashed onto the world. And I thought also kind of thought that, like, maybe it was something that the villain, he like done it by accident, even, like he researched
had done
this,
mesmerized himself or something.
like but through the research of this, through the kind of like exploration of this forbidden knowledge in a way, like, because he's like, there's a line where they say, like, what they called like hypnotism, like he's like soul conjuring, like that's what
in early Japan or something.
So it's like there's this implication of like something external in a way, like it's like the water, like at any time like water appears, it's just I just loved it. It was like when he's mesmerizing the doctor, and the water is like heading towards her, and she's staring at the water. How like that sends shivers down my spine. Where she looks at the water and tries to raise her head to look at him, and he puts her head like his hand on her head, and I was like, just like, it knocked me out for a second because I was so focused on that on what she was looking at. Like I was like, I was being mesmerized by what was happening. It's like, and the repetition of all the it is like, that's the thing. It's hard to blame him in a way, because he is literally just pulling at people, right, to get them to do these things. He's like, what am I? Who are you? What do you do? It's just like these questions that he just cycles into, and it is a little bit slow. The movie is like a little bit slow.
There was I was
bits where I was
the entire time personally, but
I was a little bit, but still really good, basically. But anyway,
and
after
a lot of
that,
those themes continue. A lot of those themes continue into Pulse, which was
2001.
This one is I think has the. I hate to bring it up now. I'm only bringing it up now because it's like not even really a complaint, but the only thing I would say about it is somebody just revved up an engine really loudly outside of my house. the only thing I would bring up that is disparaging, I guess, in that some parts of this movie don't age well in terms of the effects, I guess.
The effects, yeah, especially the ending.
And they only really come in at the end. But that's
it's
not,
just kind
not
of
an issue I even have. I don't even have an issue with it, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't really care about how it was.
The
how it
quality of certain things, I guess. If that's what you wanted to do, and that's what is the tools he had at the time were, you know, you understand the premise of it, basically. That's enough to give you a feeling of what he meant by what was happening, but, you know, it does look pretty aged, pretty horribly.
But outside of that, I thought this was a brilliant horror. I love ghosts.
Yeah, you love ghosts.
I like spirits presented in this way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like the I don't know. I just love the film. What more can I say? What do you think, Max? What did you think of Pulse?
I said, you know, like there is this the imagery is like the kind of beginning of the movie where we find the co-worker in his house, and that image of him in that room hunged, you know. It's like I don't know what he does, like how he's able to, like, there is it's just a person, you know, in that position, but there is something also the neck looks wrong, like there's something wrong that with the image, you know. It's incredible, and I feel like in general, you know, like very even at that time, it's been what 25 years, and it's still very much applicable, you know, in terms of like it's already kind of seen into the future of like people removing themselves from society in a way, you know, escaping into the internet in a search of connection, I guess, in a way, but that connection isn't real. Kind of further throwing themselves into isolation, you know.
But it's because they have that conversation. It's likened to death, you know. It's in the afterlife. And the character, what's her name? Fucking Haruo, Kawashima's like love interest that he becomes infatuated with, has that conversation with him about how, you know, when she was young, she felt alone and she envied the dead because they would be together in the afterlife, right? But then an even more harrowing thought for her is that like it's still more of this afterwards, you know?
Yeah.
And that's sort of what the movie goes into, is that it's like even online, it's still us, you know. We can't escape the reality of who we are and our experiences, and going online, you can still be fucking just as lonely as you are in real life, you know. It doesn't really connect you to anybody intrinsically, even if you are online. I thought that was really interesting. I thought that was all really well explored thematically. I wasn't expecting it to become so apocalyptic by the end, but I really liked that slow burn of people disappearing, you know? Just everybody in remnants. The movie, characters and background characters and extras are just, like, slowly draining from the film until, like you have a scene early on when Kawashima is at an arcade, you know? And then he's back at the arcade later, and it's empty compared to how full it was earlier. But the movie has a lot early on of extras in the background and just people existing. But as the movie continues, that just drains away until you're left with nobody. There's nobody here anymore. You know, it's empty. Everybody's gone to this other side. Everybody's been made immortal and lonely.
Forever to be alone.
But there's a lot of like really gripping horror stuff in this one. A lot more than Cure, I would say. There's a lot of horror stuff that I found genuinely really frightening in this film.
Like
a lot of a lot of the forbidden rooms that they enter, you know, have such a
insane
great
atmosphere.
atmosphere that you can just fucking feel. It grabs hold of you and like you feel cold watching
the
it.
scene with when he goes down that corridor and he sees the writing on the wall, and then the ghost, the spirit, follows him, and he hides behind that couch, and it peeks over. It's insane. Like that's
And the way the spirit runs at him is great. It's kind of like exaggerated, like slow motion run towards him while he's still moving normally, you know?
Yeah.
There's the great bit when the Kawashima is in the... How you know, blasé everybody is at this point is he's in a library and he can see a ghost.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
You can see a ghost, like a young boy standing in one of the rows of books. And another student comes up to him and is like, yeah, he's there. I can see him. You should go and try and catch him. Yeah. And he runs over and tries to get him. He challenges him to do it.
Yeah.
And he runs over and he disappears. And then that comes back later on when Kawashima is in the last forbidden room that Haruwe made. And then he goes in there and he thinks that he can scare the ghost away by
trying to
embracing it, you know, by embracing this death. But he ends up dying because of it. And I really like how that final ghost is portrayed, that kind of like shimmering, fuzzy thing, and then eventually his eyes come into focus right at the end as he addresses Kawashima. Oh man,
he gets like closer and closer to the camera and goes into focus. It's a horrible kind kind of very bleak. I think in general, a lot of these movies
really
kind of end
bleak
with bleakness.
Films. All of them are really
like
really
I think
dark
it's.
looks at
I guess
society.
I'll talk about it later, but very much kind of like fatalists. I guess there you go. That's a good term for it. Where it feels like these kind of issues that these movies cover, they will end us in a way, you know, like they will end humanity. But it's technology is scary too. Like the idea of computers in general, like, you know, the network that connects everybody. And I do like the idea that there's this the simulation they have on the computer in the computer lab in the university or whatever college you want to call it.
The dots that are like, if they touch each other, they die, but the further apart they are, the more they pull towards each other. Yeah,
exactly. But there are these like artifacts, you know, that appear in this simulation, and I find that idea interesting of like. They're like
spirits
they're spirits, basically. They're kind of representatives of the spirits, because it's supposed to be a simulation of life, and only the student that created
of the world or whatever.
Yeah, so that only the student that created it understands it, you know. But that idea of like, you know, the technology kind of betraying us in a way, as we thought we understood how it works, but
it's used against us, right?
Yes,
it's theorized in the film that spirits are trying to make people immortal to stop the afterlife from becoming full.
I guess it's a theory, I would imagine, rather than like really what is happening, because it's the student guy that is saying it. But then, what is she called? Haru? She says that it's like, wouldn't they want to make us immortal or whatever? There is like that. We don't know what the fuck is happening actually.
There's a lot of
and there's that lingering on. It is kind of funny, like lingering on the internet connections, like the Ethernet ports on like walls and stuff like that, you know. But this network that kind of lets the afterlife seep into our reality.
I love the way that the website was portrayed. That gives you a view into like people's rooms, but like the rooms of ghosts, I guess, right?
Yeah,
other people who have like gone online basically and have subsequently died.
Yeah, and
they now live like within the machine.
There's nothing.
And they're all
just
it's just empty rooms and people like laying there looking at the screen, pacing around in their room, not doing anything.
Yeah, and the imagery of the, like, I guess it's the, I don't know what to call it, but like that ghost with the bag over its head, and it's just like the quality is it's so low,
Yeah.
you know, and it just enhances. Like I thought when I was watching, I thought it was like, oh, is it like a disfigurement? Like this is a person
Yeah,
that has like but then it turns out
looks
it's
like there is a
yeah.
face. Your brain
Yes.
is trying to put a
Yes.
face on top of
yeah,
it. You know?
because it's clearly a person, so your face is, so your brain is trying to manifest a face onto like this artifact, like compressed blackness, you know, that he sees, you know, and it's it's sad. Like that's the thing. Like all these movies are incredibly sad with their endings. Even, you know, I guess anything else you want to talk about in terms of Pulse?
No.
Okay, I guess
thought
we
it was
can move
wonderful.
on to it was a
Then,
wonderful movie.
We'll move on to Cloud. Now 24 years after that. I mean, he's made lots of films. Looking at Kiyoshi
Yes.
Kurosawa was
I guess
he's made lots and lots of movies.
there is a series, I guess, of movies where it's like one word. You know, he made other movies that are like a lot more. You know, the titles don't follow this formula as much, basically. But yeah, go on.
Cloud. This
More
is
like
a
clowns.
more like clowns. These damn clowns in this movie.
Yeah.
This was a more up to date and more, I guess you could say, capital focused view of the internet. In comparison to Pulse's view of the internet. And I thought this movie was really interesting. I thought it was really well done. The other two are more horror films. This is not a horror movie. This is like a thriller.
Like a thriller,
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of action at the end, even.
There's a lot of shooting at the end.
Yeah.
There's a big shootout.
Yeah, and
abandoned factory.
I really like the portrayal, I guess, like of our times in a way, you know, because like it's because the movie talks about resellers, scalpers.
Yeah, it's interesting as a concept. Who's telling a story about, like, probably one of the most mundane people you could ever tell a story about is people who buy something cheap and then sell it for more online. you know? Like that's their life. And it's gambling. It's presented as a gamble in the movie, and it's addictive in that way. But it is also, it doesn't shy away from the harm of it, I guess. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
The like just how nobody likes you.
Nobody.
Nobody.
You're a
you
pariah
can't do
to the world. Yeah.
Literally the only person that likes you is somebody who seems to have some ulterior motive of supporting you. You know?
Yeah.
Like they have this whole extra character who's supporting the main character in his conquest to make as much money reselling shit as possible.
Yeah.
And he fights for him. He kills for him. You know.
Yeah. For like no reason in a way. Like
the implication that there is a literal like Illuminati, like shadowy organization funding it as well. Like his rise to. I mean, that's the ending of the film, right? His rise to gain more, just get more money. That's what you need to do. Your goal is to keep making more money.
It's like, what does he say? It ends with him saying like to end the world or something like that too. Something like that, because like, and just the kind of what the internet allows us to do to other people through anonymity and kind of distance that it creates, right? What?
Buzzing. Sorry, my phone's. I was just looking at it now, so I don't know. I'm just reading the fucking synopsis on Wikipedia. Yoshi to keep working and making profit, promising everything Yoshi ever wants, even things that can destroy the world.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's but. You know, the distance that the internet creates between people, the anonymity, and just kind of, you know, you're like, in a way, it allows you to hurt people at a distance without seeing their face, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
It allows you to do evil without feeling bad, basically, in a way, you know, especially when there's a financial kind
well
of
put, yeah.
aspect to it, you know,
Yeah.
where you can kind of
Profit
trick
to be
yourself away into thinking as like that these people are kind of like not even people to you anymore. They're just kind of like things that press buy on your thing at some point, but they're not people, you know. Yeah, it's I really like the kind of build up of like what that's happening to him in a way, you know, like you
Yeah,
first
his
see
wolf,
the like
his life
rat.
starts falling
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
But I like that. I like that he has to, you know, in order to keep going, he needs to forsake everything that he loves. You know,
Yeah.
he has to. I mean, at the very end, he has to murder the woman who he loved, and even if she was like using him, it's still like a murder of the last part of his soul, you know, that
Yeah.
even ultimately that he's just accruing all this wealth, he still has like a woman that he wants to support and he wants her to love him for this wealth that he can accrue.
Yeah.
And even that he has to like forsake, you know, in order to keep going.
Yeah.
It's very well done. But then there's also just like, yeah, just the basic connections that he might have in life, like a boss and a friend and a colleague, people from his life, and minor connections, just people who have bought shit from him, you know?
Yeah.
People that he has bought stuff from. Everybody has to be forsaken in order for him to keep going, right?
Yeah, of course. And it is like he like it's I guess the movie shows like different ways he hurt people in terms of just like the beginning of the movie starts with him like buying out like a device or something from like a medical
Some kind of
device.
medical device.
It's like weird because it's like I guess like I wasn't sure if it's like is it supposed to be like a scam device, you know, like one of those like scam medical devices?
I don't know. I think the implication was that it was like something that this company had produced and then the order must have fallen through or something, right?
Yeah.
So they have to either sell it or scrap it.
Yeah.
And they end up getting tricked into selling it to him.
Because he like puts in the like description like not mysterious but like magical or something, like he puts like some weird descriptor for like what this device does. So I'm not sure is it like, but yeah, he hurts the kind of family because like it seems like a family business, right? Because it's like the main guy and his wife, right? He's like hassling them also for buying this stuff, right? They're like saying, "Oh, please at least give us like twice as much." He's like, "I don't know, like I'm giving you this much," and I think he sells it. He buys it for like 20,000.
He sells
and then
them
he's
for like,
and then
he
sells
buys
them.
all of them for like 20K.
Yeah,
and then he sells all of them for like 200,000 each.
Yeah, exactly. And he, in the end, he ends up with like 6 million or a bit more. And I was like, it's kind of, I don't live in Japan and I don't have references for like, you know, how much money is. But it was like around like 2 years worth of like above average income basically in Japan. So it's good money.
That's the addictive sense of it as well, right?
That's
then
what
he
kicks
goes,
it
"Wow,
off.
if I can make this much in a day, I should just make this my job." So he moves out into the woods, you know, into like a giant house in the mountains, and starts doing this full time, and then starts failing at it as well. Like he starts losing a lot of money. People start noticing the scam that's going on, and he has to like unload a load of stock before he gets in trouble. Because again, it's like it's a gamble. His assistant asks him like, you know, how do you know these aren't fake? And he goes, I don't know if they're fake or not. But that doesn't matter. I don't need to know if they're fake or not. I just got to sell them.
That's the thing. That's the kind of ignorance, or like he knows they're fake because he paid like
Yeah.
nothing for them. Like that's
Yeah.
the thing. He's pretending. He's like that's another thing. He's like he's pretending not to hurt people. He's pretending
Yeah.
he tricked himself into believing that this doesn't hurt people. These, as long as I don't look, therefore these could be real or not. It's like there is that kind of lying to himself for profit, for that hit of, because he literally like he puts these things up and then he sits in front of his computer staring at like the sell page and just hoping that they'll start selling. And it's like the only kind of like that's the only times you kind of see him like engaged with something in a way,
Yeah.
Everything else is just kind of day to day, like just nothing, to him. This is what he kind of lives for. But yeah, what do you think about like the boss, like that entire thing with like his boss and him quitting, and his boss is like, you were supposed to be kind of like my little guy, like that I'm gonna bring up, is it kind of do you think it's a commentary on like the work culture in Japan, like that seniority thing with like
I think it is partly, yeah. I think they're both representative of like a greater whole, right? Like
yeah,
a sense that the current workforce that is being aged out of a lot of these companies don't have replacements because people are making money in these other ways, right? They're finding their own way to make money as much or as quickly as possible. And that I agree.
It's like that level of like disrespect that he felt probably from that idea. There's
that, and then there's also just the scene where he pretends not to be in. Like he goes by his house to
of course
to have a drink with him, and he rings the bell and he doesn't answer, and he knows he's in there because he literally saw him in the window, and he's just turned the lights off and pretended that he's not him.
Yeah. Because it's his breakers flip or something like that. He like flips the breakers and then the light comes on, and his boss is on the other side of his front door, so he clearly sees him turn off the light, and it's like it is a bit of a like, it's insane to have belief that he has not seen it in a way. Like that's the thing. That's another thing of like tricking yourself, like thinking that. Yeah, he didn't see me, like, he didn't see me,
Just the willful, like, we both know that I'm lying, but we have to pretend I'm not. I'm gonna pretend I'm not, and I'm gonna pretend that you have no way of knowing that I'm lying.
Absolutely.
And I'm just gonna keep selling that until you go away, basically. But yeah, everybody hates this guy. They all want to kill him.
They won't, like, that's the thing. These little things end up adding up in a way to like this insane plot. Honestly, to revenge, right? To take revenge upon this.
They just kill him. So you just want to fucking murder him. They're gonna live stream it to be like, this is what happens to resellers. Because people just fucking hate you. There's no way you can do this without people just being like, you suck. Because it's the heart of capitalism at the end of the day, right? Like this is it at its very rawest, basest core. Like somebody is buying somebody else's labor and then selling it for more to people who need it, right?
Yeah.
And there's people just hate you. People don't want you around. People hate you. They want to kill you.
And there isn't a way. There's someone has to be the sucker in a way on all these equations. Like someone has to get hurt, and it's a self-fulfilling kind of system that makes you that you hurt somebody, then that person hurts somebody, and
and it promotes poor quality and everything. There's the whole thing. Like there's a lot of cheap stuff in the movie. They have the coffee machine that keeps fucking breaking and stuff. And shit like that. Things are just like faulty,
falling
because
apart,
there's this sense that it's all spinning in this direction, because it's like it's just falling apart. Everything is falling apart in this movie, and it's at the hands of this guy who is enabled by something greater, right? There is something greater than him who is enabling this this life, this career that he's pursuing.
Yeah.
But in order to get there, you also have to sell every single shred of your humanity in order to keep going, because they're just going to drag you down. Otherwise, they're going to want money, and they're going to want something. They're going to want your time and your attention and your respect. You know, it's like Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast can't go on a date. He can't spend time with people because he every second in his head he's going, "This is another hour. I'm not doing anything. I've just lost fucking $5,000 or whatever." Right?
Yeah, that's true. It's it's
the
Mr.
grind
Beast the movie.
culture. It's the grind culture. It's the grind set. It's killing us.
Yeah, it is that, and also kind of the escape, like just kind of the, like you
And the
said,
isolation that
the
comes with it.
isolationism and of individuals, the grind set. It's all me,
Individualism.
individualism.
I can.
Uh,
I don't need.
I
I don't
and-
need this job. I don't need this job. And I
Yeah.
don't need this promotion because I can go and make fucking 6 million yen selling some crap I bought for fucking 20,000.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly, and it's like, yeah,
It's not a society. You know.
yeah,
It's not.
It's,
There's no social contract or anything. You know. You can just scam people, and the system promotes you doing that.
yeah, and that's going back to gambling, you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
it's
that's
like about getting that one thing that will push you forward, you know.
And it happens
It's-
again at the end of the film. He has a series of
doesn't-
deals that don't quite work out as well, and then at the end he has those figures that he scalps all of
Yeah,
from that guy at a fucking like little event, and then he sells them all for like fucking 10 times the amount that he bought each one.
yeah,
It's crazy.
like that's the thing, even like, and that's the issue in general, like, because then the shopkeeper, he goes to the shopkeeper, he like goes through the back, you know, like sneaks in, and he says like
lies to him,
he lies to him,
lies
and
to
he
his face.
yeah, and you know, he gives him like 1 million yen, I think, for all the figures, and just straight up, and it's like you can't like blame him in a way, like to live in the system, you know.
You can't blame the
It's
guy who made
the
the
shopkeeper,
figures,
the shopkeeper. You know, it's hard to blame him that he just it will help me a little bit. You know, like this money is going to push me a little bit further, and then that's the cycle. You know, that's the cycle again. You know, of like.
He buys all of them for like double what they're worth or whatever.
Yeah,
or whatever
something
the
like that.
shopkeeper is selling
And
them
then
for.
he
But
sells
then
them
he's
for
selling
even
them
more.
for 10
Even-
times the amount that
yeah.
he bought them for.
Yeah, exactly. He like when
Yeah.
at the end of the movie, near the end of the movie, like when he's like being chased by people, like they're fucking want to kill him. Like his main concern is like my things, like my inventory okay, you know, like is my stuff that I'm gonna sell okay. Like he doesn't give a fuck about anything else, like you know, it's insane.
And
you
he's
know? Like,
trying to hold on to his hard drive so he can start over. You know, he's like, even though literally here's your chicken's coming home to roost. Everybody hates you and they want to kill you. And he's like, if I can get out of here, I can keep going. I can keep doing this.
yeah
And that's the addiction of it, right? Is like he doesn't have, because it does something to your soul as well, right? Like it feels good for him to do it at the end of the day. It's not just like the whole, oh, I can live a nice life and get a load of money. It's like like you said, with him sitting in front of the computer just watching them sell, it's because he feels good when he sees people buying them for the markup.
yeah
It's exciting to him.
yeah and it's like just like the group of people that he attracted, you know, is just an interesting dynamic between all of them, because they're all so kind of different in a way. Like there is you know, like his boss, like it turns out, it gets revealed that, you know, he killed his family, you know. It's like and so he has nothing to live for, you know, like he abandoned his life in a way to do this, you know. You have this other guy that's that's another, like, talking about like shots that just stuck with you, with the guy that's wearing the sack with the hair, like that's I
him
hate
looking
that. Like,
through the frosted glass and stuff is really well done.
It's insane. Like that's like it's so immensely creepy, you know, like, and it's just the disgusting mask that he wears, because it's like a sack, and he has like hair stuck to the top of the mask,
yeah.
you know, of the sack that he's wearing. It's like, you
It's
know?
very threatening, but he's not threatening.
He's not threatening. Yes, exactly. He's like he's not like a wacky, but like he's not
He's
very
out of
good.
his depth. He's out.
He's out of this depth. He's out.
He was under the impression that they were just gonna go and like
threaten him and like beat
threaten
him up,
him, beat him
maybe.
up and stuff. But
Yeah.
then it obviously goes
It
way out of
escalates.
control, and
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, we're gonna fucking tie him to a pole
Yeah,
in this
this is-
factory, and we're gonna fucking. Were they gonna light him on fire? What were they gonna do to
Yeah,
him?
they
I
were
can't
gonna
remember.
burn him with like a
Yeah, yeah,
torch,
yeah.
like thing.
That's it,
And
yeah. And they were gonna live stream it as well.
And then there's the guy from the beginning of the movie where he's kind of has, but just like pure revenge, right, for what he did to him. And then there's like this third guy that's like you ruined my life because I bought something, and then it's like my reputation got ruined.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And then, but I can't kill you unless you laugh at me. Like, he's like, he had like a condition that needed to be met for this to be okay to happen, you know, for him to kill this guy, you know,
Because they all still have some humanity, right? They
Yeah,
still
yeah.
have, like some
yeah,
little
exactly.
bit that's holding them
Like,
on.
even
And that's
the
why
main-
they die in the end.
Yeah,
why
that's
they
true.
die.
Because even like the insane Xbox, Jesus, fuck.
Tell you what is insane
Xbox.
is where Xbox is going at the moment. Have you seen what the fuck they're doing? They lost one CEO and then lost another one a day later.
Yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, it's like cloud.
People were
They've been
saying that the,
scalping CEOs.
People were saying that he was like probably given the option to leave quietly, but they were going to kick him out, you know?
Yeah, well,
Randy Pitchford or whatever. Anyway.
whatever. But you know, he has like this idea of like a play. He's like, oh, I'm playing. Like, he's like, this is the best like thing to happen. Like, you know, it's weird. Yeah, it's
interesting. It's a very
But, yeah.
interesting film. It's a very
It's
good
a
film.
very-
Another
very
one that's a crazy slow burn as well. Like,
Yeah.
that movie takes a while to get going, really.
and of course you also have his ex-partner
And his
guy,
his
like in
ex-girlfriend,
crime.
Yeah, that is kind of
Not ex-partner, but it's
his
partner in crime.
his
like
assistant.
this.
His assistant.
No. I mean the because I don't think he even calls him assistant. He's like a
Oh, his upperclassman,
vol-
the guy from
yeah.
the guy that he
vocational
knew
school.
in
That's what
college
he's
or vocational school. That was it.
That's
yeah,
what he says. Like,
yeah, that guy.
specifically.
Yeah.
That also for disrespecting him in a way, or like
We didn't go in on the company with him or whatever.
Yeah, and like just he starts seeing him like other people see him. He becomes a pariah to him, you know, to the main character. He sees him as like this failure in a way, you know, because I got to make this big sale and I'm out
He's
of the
doing
cycle.
it better than him.
Yeah, and so he sees him as like a lesser.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
sees it. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's the like he's able to perceive the disgust, you know, that he feels, you know, towards him. But yeah, and I feel like a lot of the kind of main, not like this, the thing that repeats in these movies that I found interesting is they kind of end with a calamity in a way. Even Cloud in
Yeah,
a way.
sure.
That's why I brought up the thing with the end of the world, right? Like, that's what, because that's a very specific thing to bring up.
Well,
you
they
know?
talk about the road to hell at the end of that film, right?
Yeah.
They talk about how this is the road that leads you to hell.
Yeah.
And they're driving back to Tokyo, and there's this hellish, like, green, ominous sky ahead of them and everything, you know?
Yeah, in general, in these movies, whenever people kind of travel, like there's the scene
Yeah, they
on
always
the
look very
bus
interesting.
in the first one.
In
where
Cure
he's-
and Pulse as well has
and
a couple
Pulse,
scenes that have travel
like,
and
traveling
they always look
and-
very interesting.
And Charisma, also the fourth movie, they also have that. And that movie also ends with the end of the world at the end.
Also,
So that's why I kind of brought that up, because I was like, interesting. If you know, you get a 3, it's like, but then you have a 4th one, it's like, oh, it's like something that it seems like this director wants to do in a way. That's
Yeah,
how
yeah,
he ends his stories, is like a calamity, you know. The end of the world happens. But yeah, and another amazing, like the scene that really threw me off, but it was also just insanely creepy, is the one where they're on like the bus, going. I think he's showing her, his partner, that new house, and that guy sitting behind them.
Yeah,
Like
he's
he
looking at the address.
He looks
looking
over
at the
their
place.
shoulder, and I don't know. Did you know? Did
He's
the
like
sound cut
mouthing
out?
something, right?
Yeah, and did the sound cut out for you?
Yeah, I
in
think
that
so,
scene?
yeah.
Yes, so that's purposeful. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I was because I thought it was really awesome. Like that addition of like the sound, like you. It's just kind of. I feel like it's trying to portray like the focus you suddenly feel, like of being perceived, or like the focus of like trying to perceive danger, you know, like you focus on like what just happened, you know, and everything gets blocked out, and you focus on perception in a way of what you can see. But yeah, that was I love that moment where
I'd forgotten about that bit, but you're right.
that
that's
you
really
like
well done,
look,
that scene.
he like looks behind him to look at him, but he gets up. The guy behind him gets up and gets out of the bus, and it's like, oof, you know, the creepiness, you know, of that situation is just palpable, because you already had the incident of him with the line, the like trip line that they set up to try to get him before, you know. And yeah, it's great, a bunch of movies. Weird, not, I don't feel like they're very standard horror films. I guess Pulse has like the spirits, you know, like there is that imagery, but I don't...
even then, there's like, especially at the time, it's very it feels of its own class, I guess you could say. It's very I mean, they're very atmospheric. They're very reliant on atmosphere more than they are anything else. And even like the spirits that appear in Pulse are reliant on the atmosphere to be scary.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah. They're not like
intrinsically
dangerous that
frightening.
they like kill you. Like
they don't do anything to people except for force them to address their loneliness and their fear of death, right?
Yeah.
And they retreat, and then they become black smears on the wall, which is a really nice part of Pulse that I like, is that constant imagery of I mean, very much like Hiroshima,
right?
Nagasaki, people smeared on the wall who have like evaporated, basically.
Yeah.
I thought it's really well done iconography, I guess, imagery throughout the film. One bit I was wondering how they did it in Pulse, but there's that one lady that climbs up the like gas tower and then drops off. But the way it's shot is you see her fall all the way down and hit the ground, and I was like, "How the fuck that?"
Because like that's the thing. I thought,
holy moly! You see, it's not like a dummy switch, because you see her walk up there and stuff.
Yeah, is it like digital? But like that's the thing. It's like you get the kind of comparison, like we said before, with the I mean, not comparison, but the ending of the movie has a lot of digital effects in it that are not very good. Let's just say they're not good. And
they're
then
dated,
you get that one, they're dated, and then you get this, and it's like, oh, like, how did they do this? Yeah, how did they? Because you see her all the way. Like there isn't that. It's
a
all
long
in
shot.
one shot.
You see, it's a long take of her. You see her coming up these stairs, cresting over the stairs or the ladder or whatever it is of this like gas tower. And she like walks over to the thing, to the edge, the railing, climbs up, and then just like flops over, and you see her fall all the way down on this one take, and then hit the ground and flop over, and it's like, how the fuck they do that?
Yeah,
and it's fucking scary, man, and it's horrible. There's that, and the scene that I really found frightening in Pulse, to go back to Pulse, because I guess we're done talking about Cloud, is when she gets the phone calls are frightening, but when she gets the one from her coworker, you know, the guy who saw the ghost in the first place, and you get like, she sees him in the corner. They do that a lot. You see the person there, and then they take a few steps forward, and they're gone immediately. but then
Yeah.
you see it from like his perspective as this stain on the wall, begging for help. But he's gone already, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, eesh, what a good movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, Starfleet Academy. This episode
Oh.
sucked. The Pit, 1 p.m. This episode was good.
Yeah, but just
That
good
was
show.
it. That was it. I don't think that.
You found
Well, I feel like there was something in this episode of Starfleet that I wanted to bring up. I really can't fucking remember. Now.
okay. So you still don't got it? I thought you said
Nah,
Eureka. I got it.
I thought it might come back to me. No, but it made
What?
me think that the only thing I wanted to mention for sure is on the Pit is we got to find out what was happening on the other hospital. That was good.
Yeah,
was a good
and the
reveal.
cyber attack, and we got
Yeah.
a reveal of like not reveal, but like an interesting concept of them having to go around the fact that says they don't have access to their
Yes.
computerized systems anymore, and
Which
that'll
is
be
a
interesting.
great cap on all of the push for the AI stuff they
Yeah.
had going earlier, you know? So I was wondering where they would go with that, and I was wondering 'cause how are they gonna follow up the Pitfest thing? Because obviously that was a really harrowing thing in the first
Yeah.
season, and a really interesting
It's really
scenario
interesting.
for the show to revolve around. So I was wondering when that was going to hit this season, and this is a really good follow up. You know,
Yeah, and
very
also
different kind of thing, but immediately raises the stakes in a way that
Yeah.
you're like, I can't wait to see more.
And also
I'm
very
so excited.
interesting to see them 'cause
Portrayed.
I would imagine portrayed because I would
Yeah.
imagine they did a lot of research. I would imagine looking because the thing is that it's becoming more and more common to attack.
I hadn't thought about it, honestly. I hadn't thought about it, but as
hospitals.
soon as it was like, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, but there's just like like the WannaCry NHS incident that happened in
Yeah.
the UK, where an entirety of the computerized system got ransomware, and it's it's horrid,
Yeah.
for people to do that, to attack these services that are saving people's lives.
Yeah,
the lowest denominator is like in cloud. It's like
Yep.
I would imagine a different type of like the same type of person that does this sort of thing. But yeah, Starfleet Academy again. Like I laughed at it while we were watching. Is like I made a joke of like they would because it's like a wedding, and I was like, oh, she's gonna go. Oh, you can go be in Starfleet. You don't have to get married, and that's what happens.
Jaden
Because
gives a big speech about how Darren loves Starfleet, but now
Yeah.
he's getting married, so whatever. And
I
he's-
was yeah, and it's like awesome, scot-free. Nobody needs to make a hard choice or decision. It's just like you have a third character come in and going like, just do what you want, actually, and there you go. No
It's
one
really
had to.
funny.
It's consequences or nothing,
It's also really funny that they had this whole thing in the first episode how the Kyonians actually look like lizard guys.
Yeah.
And then we go to this Kyonian moon where they're having a wedding and there's all these Kyonians there and they all also look like humans. And it's like, why aren't they
Yeah.
all like lizard people? I thought these people were lizard people. Why are they all
Yeah.
choosing to just look like humans?
Humans,
around each
yeah.
other? What a
Well,
weird thing. Oh, man.
Awesome.
But yeah,
Well,
it's a funny one. It's a funny one. It's grounded as a follow up to the last one, which was a big episode. It was so important in the narrative of
Oh my
Starfleet
God.
Academy.
Oh my God, Ben.
What?
Wait. Oh no, the 4.3. It's this one. 19th of. Oh yeah, it was 4. This has been the lowest rated episode. The last one.
I get it. I can't put too much stake in IMDb because IMDb is like the worst one to look at, though.
True. A
Out
little
of all
bit,
of
yeah.
those, it's way too much, especially nowadays. It's like Letterboxd. It's too fandomy. Mm-hmm. There's too many people who are like, I have to the mass vote down this thing because the fandom of this show
They
is
had this-
not as
there
good
was-
as my fandom.
There was.
It was literally like this like week with A Night
Yeah.
of the Seven Kingdoms or whatever. There was this whole thing of like, oh, this episode was at a 9.9, but then Breaking Bad fans fucking
Yeah.
mass down voted it so that it doesn't beat a Breaking Bad episode's perfect score. But then these fans were so pissed off they went and ruined the score of the Breaking Bad episode.
Yeah.
It's like, this is why you can't fucking look at all you need to do is look at Metacritic score. It's a weighted average based on the reviews of professional reviewers. You just look at that and you go, hey, that's not too bad. Oh, this movie's 75 on Metacritic. Hey, that's pretty good. Better than Rotten Tomatoes as well, where it's like,
Yeah.
you get a movie that's like 99% and you're like, damn, people must love this movie. You look at the reviews and they're like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's alright, you know.
It's
fine.
okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not really doing anything, but it's entertaining, I guess. You
Let's have a
can't
look.
trust it.
What is Starfleet Academy? 66 on Metacritic currently.
You did mention it, so I'll bring it up. Or rather, it was brought up naturally. Did watch the last episode of Night of the Seven Kingdoms yesterday, and it was a very good finale to this season. And I can't wait for more. Honestly, it's such a treat. I'd heard it was good. I wasn't expecting a lot, but it was really well done. It was a really well done first season. And I hope that they carry that energy into the following 2 planned seasons. They're in production of the second one now. I think the third one they're hoping to do still. But I think, judging by the response to this season, I feel like they'll probably do at least a third season so they can do the third novella, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would really heartily recommend A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Really well done. Really well done.
Maybe
fantasy
I'll give it
TV.
a watch. Maybe I guess it's a.
I think it's worth it.
I haven't watched Game of Thrones or anything like that, so I don't know
don't
how
think
much
you
of
really
an
need
impact
to
that
have-
has on it in
I
general.
don't think you really need to. I think it helps in the sense that you can be interested in this world, I guess, already. But
Yeah.
in terms, like, this is a prequel, and it foreshadows stuff that happens later on, but it's not intrinsic to the plot, you know?
Okay.
It's not like you need to
maybe.
know, oh, the Targaryens are like, they're gonna get fucked up in the future, you know? It maybe like foreshadows some stuff that's gonna come, but I'd say it's worth it, and it's not very long. It's 6 episodes, and the episodes are about 35 minutes long. It's not a huge commitment. On top of that, if you do, I'd love to talk to you about it because it's great. It's a great show. Anyway,
It's got knights. It's got swords.
it's got swords.
Maybe I love Kingdom Come
horses.
Deliverance. Maybe I'll watch it.
It's definitely a lot more in line with that kind of medieval fantasy than like I think even Game of Thrones was. You know,
All right.
Game of Thrones was really trying to be like as adult as possible. You know,
Okay.
whereas this show definitely has a sense of like. The word's overused, but like not whimsy, but like an adventurousness. You know.
Yeah.
There's an adventurous spirit to it that feels kind of fairy tale-y, you know, very story booky. One other thing I wanted to mention is that I think the really well handled plot lines on this week's The Pit as well, with the rape kit and everything.
Yeah. That's
It was a more emotional episode than I thought, coming off of the last episode, which had like the death of like a pretty well liked, interesting character, you know.
yeah.
Anyway,
Like
Ensigns,
any
hour
good
37.
adventures, yeah, we need to end this to get out of here.
your final thoughts?
Final thoughts? Not really. I'm just kind of thinking when this episode gonna end. I've been like listening to this, and I was like, maybe we should end this now. I was like, well,
You're
keep going.
You're bringing your mind forward in time to when you're editing it.
yeah. It's like
You are now
maybe
experiencing the future
Yeah.
simultaneously with the present.
yeah, and I'll be.
Like
how much of this do I need to cut? You know,
Manhattan.
I need to just cut all of this. You know, because we can't go over 1 hour, so I need to cut 38 minutes out of this. You know,
You should just speed it up. You should just speed up the hour and 30 minutes to the
Okay,
point
yeah.
where it's an hour.
Compress it really, really high speed.
Speed it up. I mean, people already listen to shit at double speed anyway, so
Yeah.
we'll just cut out the middleman.
I've never done that in my life, so
Everything I do at that now. I can't not do it. You know, I had
Okay.
Pulse on at 4 times speed.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
The tension must have been blazing.
Well, you know, it was like it was like a firework. You know,
Yeah,
short-lived but beautiful.
yeah.
I felt gripped for about 0.5 seconds.
4 or 5 seconds. As that,
And then
I like,
luckily it went away, and I was like,
I like
"Whew."
that.
I nearly
that
had to
scene.
feel something.
Yeah, that scene of the spirit walking down the car that goes.
Yeah, that was walking normally to me. That was just like a regular walk. I don't know, was it supposed to be fucked up or something?
And then the guy is behind
walking
the sofa, and the head goes up really fast.
Yeah, people would say this movie's got no jump scares, but it was like 5 at least how I watched it.
Yeah.
Well, if you've enjoyed this podcast and you've enjoyed listening to it at quadruple speed, thank you. We appreciate it. I'll talk extra slow so this part goes into your head at a normal rate.
Yeah.
Please listen. No, I won't do that. Please listen to more. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Deezer, Stitcher, Spotify, the Podcast Freaks, Podcast Addicts, anything with podcasts, we're probably on there. And we're on YouTube too. YouTube will let you like, comment, and subscribe. But if you don't feel like commenting on there, you can leave us an email, deadensigns@gmail.com. That's deadensigns@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. I'm already dead, and my ghost is inhabiting your website forever. Goodbye.
Yeah, I've been feeling quite lonely, so I guess that's what happened. So it just got bent, pulled me out of the internet. Well, I guess bye.
It's shorted out, sir. We're gonna have to phaser it.
Then what are you waiting for?
Right away, sir.
Faster would be better, Ensign.
I can't, sir. We don't want to...
That's enough.
But, sir...
Stand aside, Carlton. I'm going through. You're alive. Good.